Alright, so here I got one against the dude from Smog on Wi-Fi Battle Finder. This was when the fucking thing actually worked, because it's been down for about a week now. But yeah, I'm using this rain team again. The other dude not using any weather, he's just using a bunch of random shit. So the Mammal Swine looks like it's gonna be a threat to my team, and so is the Scizor. But once I kill the Mammal Swine and the Scizor, Alakazam should be able to put in work. I mainly need the Scizor down, but because I could always KO the Mammal Swine with Alakazam's Focus Blast, and it looks like Alakazam will actually do a bit of damage to his team. So yeah, I'm pretty much gonna lead with Tornadoes here, simply predicting either his Starmie that's gonna want to try to Thunderbolt my Politoed, or his Breloom. So I figured he'd lead with either of those. None of this will work if he predicts me to not lead with Politoed, but it really doesn't matter because Tornado is pretty fast, so I could always U-turn out of whatever. And if he does decide to lead with Scizor, I could always Heat Wave that bitch. So he leads with Starmie. I'm just gonna U-turn out of there, like I said, and he ends up going into his Heatran. So this pretty much gives me plenty of options. I could go into Alakazam, but Focus Blast might miss, and it probably won't kill since Heatran is especially defensive. So I'm gonna go into Mamoswine instead, scare him out with the Earthquake. I knew he might have gone for Protect, but I felt like it would be pointless to do it since I could just get up rocks, which is probably what I should have done. But he doesn't really have too much to switch into Mamoswine. He does have this Starmie, but after Earthquake, Ice Shard is easily gonna take it out. So now he's gonna bring in this Scizor, and I don't want to stay in here. I want to keep Mamoswine's Sash intact, so I figured he'd either go for U-turn or Bullet Punch. So I'm gonna go into Politoed, expecting either of those, but he actually decides to try to set up on me very early on and gets up a +2. So this is actually not very good, which because it means that my Politoed's gonna die. But he doesn't have any weather inducers of his own, so I'm pretty sure my rain is here to stay. And I do have Focus Sash on Mamoswine, so that I could Earthquake that shit. It won't kill, but it should do a substantial amount due to Mamoswine's gigantic attack. And hopefully after an Earthquake, Ice Shard will be able to take it out, just like it did versus a Starmie. So the plan works out. I'm sitting here at 1 HP. Now he's going to go into his own Mamoswine. I could go for the Ice Shard of my own, but just in case he decides to predict me to switch, I'm going to go for the fucking Stealth Rock. So I wasn't really able to get at my rocks, but I don't give a fuck, because I'm going to bring in Alakazam and scare him out with the Focus Blast. He goes in the Latias, which is kind of weird, but I guess he doesn't really have anything else to take a Focus Blast. So I'm actually going to get out of there, predicting him to go out into something to take the Shadow Ball, which will destroy him, even though he will break my Sash. But that could have been a bad play if he decided to stay in here for a random reason and set up a Calm Mind, because he would have set up on me. But I still had Jirachi for it. Anyway, he brings in Mamoswine, gets scared away with the Scald. Now he goes into Breloom, which was a pretty risky play on his part, because I could have burned him with the Scald, but it doesn't. So now my plan is to leave in Gastrodon for Sleep Fodder, but he knows that, so he just straight up kills off my shit, which is kind of bad, but whatever. I still have Tornadoes. I don't really know why he's staying in here. He had absolutely no reason not to go into Heatran, but I really didn't need to predict that, since I could just Focus Blast the next turns, because Heatran really isn't going to be able to do too much to me under the rain, barring like a random HP Electric, but even then I should be able to take a hit or two. But yeah, he just goes for Toxic. I'm going to hit some Focus Blast right here. He protects for no reason. I guess he'll get like 10 more damage on me from the Toxic, but I don't know. I kind of really don't like when people protect for absolutely no reason. So next Focus Blast is going to hit, and surprisingly it's going to be able to KO. So damage variation, there you go. And now he's going to bring in Mamoswine, I believe. And here I could go to Jirachi, predicting the very obvious Ice Shard, but if he decides to predict my Jirachi and go for Earthquake, then I'm probably going to lose this battle, because my Alakazam does not run Shadow Ball, so I'm probably not going to be able to beat that Latias, assuming my Jirachi's dead. So I'm not going to risk my Jirachi. Instead, I'm going to let a Tornadoes die. Then I'm going to go into Alakazam, scare away his Mamoswine, and now he's going to bring in Latias. So he doesn't know at this point I'm not a fully specially defensive Jirachi. I'm a Calm Mind Jirachi, as you guys should know by now. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up a sub, knowing he will probably go for the HP fire, probably go for something, I don't fucking know. Since he did use leftovers, he won't trick me. So I could go for some calm mines here, but I ran a damage calc real quick and it's only gonna do like 30%. So there's not really any use for me to calm mine up. I'm just gonna hope for a crit. And it turns out after a few more life orb recoils, my Jirachi is going to be able to stay in here and finish him off with the side shock. So it's pretty good. I thought I was going to lose because, like I said, Shadow Ball is not on my Alakazam. I'm running something else. But yeah, now the rest of the game is pretty much up to Jirachi, since he can't really kill it at this point. I don't know what kind of Latias he has, how much special attack investment he's running, but as you can see, a crit HP fire does absolutely nothing, and that's pretty much it, because he will be unable to defeat my Jirachi. And I'm just gonna stay in here and Calm Mind a shitload of times. Then I'm gonna hit him with Side Shock. I'm assuming he doesn't run Calm Mind on his, otherwise he probably would have used it by now, but even then it would have all been in vain, since Jirachi would have been able to beat his Latias regardless. But even if he does manage to kill off my Jirachi, as long as I get him to about 45-ish%, then Alakazam could come in here and just HP ice this shit. So this dude made a few questionable moves, but I don't care. At the end of the day, it's just another win for me and another defeat against the scrub. So LOL. But yeah, I narrated the first half of this video like last week, and then I got interrupted and I came back and narrated the rest today. So just a random bit of information while the battle fucking finishes, because Latias won't fucking die. And yeah, I think that's it. I got videos up to like almost till my birthday, which would be in November something. But yeah, comment, rate, all that shit. I'm out.